Guys, thanks for joining me for another episode of race number one. So let's get into it. The Belgian Grand Prix, and there's nothing better than having a race weekend and then fast forward a couple of days and we've got another one. So I almost wish it was like this every single weekend. It keeps us on the go and I just enjoy it. I love it. Anyway, so team I want to talk about today is Mercedes. So Mercedes have brought several updates to the Spa Grand Prix, which include a completely redesigned side pod. They've actually made it bigger and larger to help improve the cooling of the engine apparently. But yeah, it's a bit odd because normally you see Red Bull, they're making their side pods, they're cooling their air ducts a lot smaller, and Mercedes, we've gone bigger. So who knows? Let's just leave it all down to James Allison. So we've got slightly different side pods. And you see halfway along the back of the side pod, I'll upload a picture, I can explain it in more detail, but we've got a bit of a new shape as well. It's got bigger again, and apparently that's to try and force as much air to the back of the car floor to help improve the downforce. So it looks like potentially it could be working. And obviously Lewis this weekend, his car's fitted with the new rear wing, which is less draggy, which again will limit some downforce, but we don't need it for this track. It's quite a low downforce track at Spa. Apart from obviously if you're Red Bull, their downforce package is just unbelievable. What else have we got? So we've got some modifications to the floor edge as well. I think there's one more, but off the top of my head I can't think of it. So we've got the side pods, rear wing, floor edge. I think that's it. Potentially. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just 3 at the moment. But yeah, 3 good upgrades, and it seems to have worked. In qualifying, Lewis managed to get P4, although with Max taking a 5 grid penalty, he's actually going to start the race in 3rd position. So he's got Charles Leclerc in P1, Sergio Perez in P2, and then Lewis is in P3. So a great performance from Mercedes. Just hope, fingers crossed, that this weekend we can actually get a race, maybe not victory, shouldn't have said victory, but we can get on the podium at least, fingers crossed. So I'm just about to watch the sprint race in the next half an hour as well, so fingers crossed we get a good position in that. But obviously again, things didn't go to plan, typical Mercedes. Lewis is going to be starting the sprint race I think in P7 with George P10, so a disaster performance there. But Lewis was on it up until the very last lap when effectively George looked up in front of him and just cost him some time. So fingers crossed we get a good performance today as well out of the sprint race as well. But yeah, that's just quickly touching on Mercedes upgrades for this weekend. If you spotted any more, if I've missed anything, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think also. All right,